No, it's 9. All right. Okay, so it looks like Owen getting a few pointers from Bellotti as they get ready to get lined up, and Lance will come over here and get them started.
All right, here we go. Novice, B-Main, 2 of you going to transfer up. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going to go on the tone in less than 5. Here we go. We're off and running. 2 of them going to transfer up into the first A final. That'll be our Novice A final. Be up here in just a little bit. Oh, a little bit of problems here at the start. It's a full 5 minutes to do battle, so you have a little bit of problem at the start. Don't sweat it. Uh-oh. Miss Angie trying to get hers going back in the right direction. Here comes your race leader down the front straightaway. It's Jack Williams out in front. Jack Williams right now showing the way. In that 2-wheel drive buggy. You got Cutter Ross holding on to the number 2 and final transfer spot last time by the line. Cutter running that white, red, and black short course. A little bit of problems for our race leader here. They come onto the front straightaway. Jack Williams, though, still out in front. Cutter Ross now right there on his back bumper. 1 and 2 working the left-hand side of the track. Owen holding on to the number 3. Jeff working the 4. All right, Atticus in that number 5. Angie in that number 6. Trip Shroud into 7. There goes Miss Angie down the front straightaway, holding on to the 5. Atticus right there on her back bumper. Jack, now Cutter Ross going to move in the race lead. Jack Williams holding on to number 2, minute 15 down, 3:45 left to go. Race 5 currently on the track. Race number 6, you're going to be coming up next. Cutter Ross, a little bit of problem. Going to roll upside down right here at the start-finish line. Still holding on to the race lead, though. Looking for that first transfer up into the A final. It's the Novice B-Main out on the track. Cutter Ross working the middle section of the track right there behind. I believe that's his mother there just behind him, or in front of him. Angie not going to make, Angie going to door slam him in the corner. And Cutter going to get the worst end of it. Mom not being so nice here to Cutter as they came onto the front straightaway. Going to make it easy on him. Cutter's like, I'm just going to blow past you. And then he gets it wrong on the lander. Angie still working in that number 4 spot right now. She's trying to close in on Jeff as Jeff now just come across the line for the 3. Here comes your race leader onto the front straightaway. Trip Trout going down the front straightaway now. Got Angie directly behind him. Here they come over here onto the front straightaway as they're battling out now for Owen in that number 2. Jeff working the 3, Angie 4. Atticus working the 5, Tripp in the 6. Sure what happened to Jack Williams. Looks like he may be out.
Two minutes left.
3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Cutter Ross right now with the race lead. Owen holding on to that number 2 spot. Jeff Waldecker in the 3. Atticus working the 4. Angie Ellis in the 5. Tripp Trout in the number 6 spot. Got a minute 45 left to go. Race number 6. 2-wheel drive stock buggy B-Main. Race 6 coming up next for 21.5. I need some volunteer marshal help after this race. I will need volunteer marshal help. Cutter Ross right now out in front. Owen still working in that number 2 spot. Jeff holding on to that number 3. 1 minute left to go. Cutter Ross with the race lead. Cutter going to have a little bit of trouble there in the back section of the track.
1 minute left.
Owen still working into 2 with 50 seconds left to go now.
"45 seconds left.
35 seconds left to go. Cutter Ross comes across the line with a big lead up on the field right now. There's Miss Angie. She comes across the line into 5. Atticus works his way up into the number 4 spot. Jeff Waldecker in at number 3. Everybody kind of spread apart right now. 1 lap or more. All righty, guys. Race clock has expired.
Done. Jeff
And
Waldecker
Jeff's
done.
going to come across the line. He's going to finish up in that number 2. Owen going to take that number 2 and final transfer spot. Jeff Waldecker going to finish up in the 3. Cutter Ross coming across the line. Cutter Ross takes the win and the transfer up into the A main. Wait on Miss Angie. And there we go, guys. That's the race. Everybody is done. Cutter Ross.
I do not feel 100 degrees out here. Well done to Cutter and Owen getting the bump up. Did you just wanted to say something to everybody at home? She said she wanted to talk in the microphone, and now I put the microphone there, and she doesn't. That's not how you say hello. All right, let's look at some of this replays here from our novice B main. Ooh, Cutter getting off and getting a little off-track excursion. And that's Matt Wolford's daughter. All right, everybody. Watch it, don't fall. All right, everybody. Up next is. Let's go back to our main camera. As we're just getting out some replays. We do apologize. We did lose the stream. We lost internet completely. It dropped. So we had to restart the YouTube. So we appreciate if you share it back out for us. Up next is the 21.5 two-wheel drive stock Bubby B main. Up is Jared Rollins, Andy Williams, Caden Hollingbaugh, Mr. Steve Downey, and Dennis Harvey. The microphone is on. Oh, it works. We're going to put it back over to Lance to call the race.
Everybody's going to go on the tone here in less than 5. And we're off and running. It's going to be Jared Rollins leading the way on the start. 0-1 hard onto the throttle. Spins it out right at the very start. Up into that number 2 spot now from 4th on the starting grid. Going to be Steve Downey in the final bump spot. Andy Williams working into number 3. Steve Downey coming around the hairpin turn down the hill. Here he comes into the Dragon's back. Battle for that number 2 spot. Very close together. Andy Williams trying to run him down. Andy Williams running the two-wheel drive buggy with the green wheels. Oh, no, he rolls upside down. Going to have to be marshaled here. Steve Downey now coming on to the front straightaway. Steve Downey looking to race his way up into the A main. Jared Rollins right now out in front. Race 6 out on the track. Race 7, you're on deck. 17.5 expert stock two-wheel drive buggy. Don't forget Jose Moya and Sean Farmer. You're my 2 transfers. 1 minute down, 4 minutes left to go. Oh, got one hard into the wall over here. Caden Hollingbaugh now works his way up into that number 3 spot. So Hollingbaugh going to try to run down Downey here. 3:45 left to go. He's got a half a lap he's going to have to make up. Still a lot of racing left to go. But Steve Downey running super strong as he comes across the line. Downey just clicked off his fastest lap of the race at 18.8. Here, 130 down, 330. Jared Rollins with a 14-second lead up on Steve Downey. Caden Hollibaugh working in number 3 spot. Andy Williams working to 4. Dennis Harvey into 5. Oh. Got a couple of guys getting together here.
3 minutes left.
Jared Rollins still with the race lead. 14 seconds up on the field. Downey still holding on to that number 2 spot. Last time out of line, he had a 13-second lead. Up on Caden Hollibaugh. Here comes Caden. Nope, that's Dennis Harvey, excuse me. Here comes Caden. There's Caden coming across the line right now. A little over, right at 11 seconds back of transfer. Closing in on halfway there. 2:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Wow. Jared Rollins right now leading the way. Got a 16-second lead here up on Steve Downey. Downey right now with a 13-second lead up on Caden Hollibaugh. Andy Williams holding on to the number 4. And Dennis Harvey into 5. Oh, man, one with a cool wall ride. Oh, man, I should add a lap in for that. That was epic. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Four minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Jared Rollins, Steve Downey right now running 1 and 2. Looks like Jared Rollins popped off a ball cup here once again. Oh,
1 minute left.
Bouncing off the wall. Steve Downey still holding on that number 2 spot. 11 seconds up on Caden Hollibaugh. 1 minute left to go.
45 seconds left.
Steve Downey has now closed that gap for the race lead down to 2.8 seconds. Your race leader in that pink, green, and yellow with pink on the rear. Coming onto the front straightaway. Right there by Caden Hollibaugh. That's your race leader directly behind you. Race leader now going to work his way past. Steve Downey right out. Oh, man, Steve hard into the
15
pipe.
seconds left.
15 seconds left to go. One of the best races I think I've ever seen Steve Downey drive. He's going to race his way up into the A main if he can hold on here for one more lap. Got a couple of them upside down over there. Oh, did we just have a pass for the race lead? Oh, we did. I think we got a pass for the race lead.
Andy
oh,
Williams
Steve Downey to the top of the leaderboard. Oh, man, look at old man Steve go. Steve Downey over here in this blue buggy onto the front straightaway. It'll be Steve Downey taking the race win. Jared, oh, no, he's upside down.
Dennis Harvey done. Jared
And
Rollins
Jared
done.
Rollins going to take that number 2 and final transfer spot.
Oh, well done, Papa Smurf, Mr. Steve Downey, bumping up to that A final. Hello, Brian. Unfortunate that you had to leave, man. It was a great day, and unfortunate that you missed your mains. Mr. Steve will be happy about that. He bumped on from 17.5 to 21.5, and he said he wasn't comfortable, but he looked quite comfortable just now and won it on the last lap. Here we have some highlight replays from Danny Paz. Let's see what we got. Oh, I saw this happen in live. It was pretty bad. All righty then. Congratulations, Mr. Steve Downey. Up next is our 17.5 expert stock two-wheel drive buggy C main. Mitch York, John Prickett, Joey Fisher, Matt Watford, Kevin Welfie, Chuck Linebuck, Jake Blaney, Jimmy Elias, Sean Farmer, and Jose Moya. Hope you guys are enjoying the coverage brought to you by Elite RC Productions. We are happy to be here at the grand opening of the SORC Raceway here at the Hobby Town in the Grove in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Beautiful track facility here, huge hobby shop, nice earners. Probably one of the biggest hobby shops I've ever been into. So Danny says if Mr. Steve wins the A final, he will get the USA 1. So we need everybody in the chat to say, Danny, go buy the USA 1. You really know it. Who wants Danny to buy the USA 1? Say, put a USA 1 in the chat. Danny's been talking about that monster truck all weekend. He was over there feeling the tires, looking at it, and talking to himself, trying to convince himself not to buy it, but he wants to buy it. And I'm going to make sure that he buys it. All right, as they get gridded up. USA 1 says Brian Monroe. That's one vote. If you want to go to the NNRC Instagram and on our stories and hit that vote button, we're trying to get Danny Paz to buy that USA 1 because he likes it. All right, as we get ready for our 17.5 Expert Stock two-wheel drive buggy C main, I'm going to hand it over to Lance.
On the tone here in less than 5. It's going to be Mitch Yorkovich leading them off. Over here on the far side of the track now. Here to come in through the middle. John Prickett directly behind him in that number 2 spot. Joey Fisher in the number 2. Oh, problems there for our race leader. That's going to allow Prickett now to work his way. Oh, Prickett all into the dust. Holy moly, how in the world that happened? Everybody get a picture real quick. Joey Fisher is actually in the race lead. It won't take long. He'll be out of it, though. He'll be in that number 3, 4, 5 dead last spot here shortly. In the number 2, Matt Watford. That's another one you end. You 1 and 2. The world must be coming to an end or hell's freezing over as they're running into 1 and 2 spot. Fisher and Watford. Jake Blaney working at number 3. Oh, no, Watford going to roll upside down. Here comes Fisher over here on the right-hand side of the track, trying to make up his mind whether he wants to go right or left. Joey Fisher in the Schumacher with the race lead. We're going to feel some pressure here from Jake Blaney. Oh, Blaney going to dive to the inside. Now going to take that position away, but Fisher going to battle back. 1, 2, and 3 onto the front straightaway. You got Mitch Yorkovich right there with him. Yorkovich all over the backside of Fisher here. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, man, one into the pipe, into the pipe. A little bit of problems there for Yorkovich. Now it's got a 2-car breakaway. Jake Blaney out in front. Joey Fisher working in number 2 spot. Yorkovich in that number 3 last time out of line. Sean Farmer up to the 4 spot now. John Prickett moves his way to the 3. Prickett now back on the move once again. Sean Farmer from 9th on the starting grid all the way up to the number 4 spot. Right there on the back bumper of the number 3. Here they come onto the right-hand side of the track. Here goes Joey Fisher working that number 2 spot. 2, 3, and 4 now very close together. Fisher having a good line as he comes in through the Dragon's back. At the triple now, he's got Prickett there directly behind him. 2 and 3. That gap now beginning to shrink up. Prickett beginning to battle his way. Oh, diving to the inside, trying to take it away, closing the door. Bicycling in the corner there. 4. Oh, they get together a little bit. Joey Fisher still holding on to that top spot. Oh, man, Fisher gets all kinds of squirrely right in front of John Prickett. That's going to allow Sean Farmer now up to the number 2 and final transfer spot. Joey Fisher working at number 4, not out of it yet. Right there on the backside of John Prickett as one goes for a tumble here in front of him. Side by side as they go through the lander. Sean Farmer trying to hold on to it. John Prickett trying to power his way through the outside. Farmer not going to have any of it. Now going to lose the position as Prickett dives to the inside. Easy, guys, easy. A little bit of problems there for Farmer into the backside here. Prickett, though, able to hold on to it. Prickett now working his way around some lap traffic here. Sean Farmer right there along with Joey Fisher. Fisher in the red and yellow. Right-hand side of the track working at number 3. Jake Blaney now with a 5.7 second lead up on the field. John Prickett holding on number 2. Joey Fisher in number 3. Kevin Wolfe in the 4. Sean Farmer 5. Yorkovich in the 6. Matt Walford in the 7. Jose Moya 8. Jimmy Elias in at number 9. Chuck Leinbach in the 10. 3 minutes down. 2 minutes left to go. Jake Blaney last time by the line with a comfortable lead. Oh, listen, looking for Joey Fisher here, giving up some time. That's going to allow Kevin Welfie now up to the number 3. Kevin Welfie on the move from the number 5 spot up to the number 3. He's looking for a transfer spot here. Joey Fisher working at number 4. Farmer in the 5. Oh, we got one with upside down. Couldn't quite see who that was. Oh, that was Fisher. Fisher going to lose a couple positions now. Kevin Welfie 6 seconds back up Prickett. 90 seconds left to go. Race 7 on the track. Race 7. Oh, got second pipe. Right in front of me. Tom, in front of you. Let's see, I'm trying to pick up back here. I had that one upside down, Jake Blaney. Looking for him, waiting to come back to the line. There he is, across the line. Rough lap there for him. Looking for John Prickett as well. John also with a rough lap. He could have made a ton of time there on that one, but the gap staying right at about 5 seconds here. But Sean Farmer now making up some time. 3.7 seconds back. Kevin Welfy holding on to the 4. Joey Fisher in the 5. Matt Walford right there on the backside of Fisher. Last time by the line. Mitch Yorkovich down to the 6. Walford down to the 7. "30 seconds left to go. Track crew, can we blow the track off after race 8? Race 8,
left.
after race 8. We're on 7 right now, after race 8. Jake Blaney, John Prickett right now running 1 and 2. Prickett right now with a comfortable lead up on Sean Farmer.
Left.
Here comes Prickett over here on the right-hand side with 10 seconds left to go. Farmer now on the right-hand side. Farmer coming across the line. Kevin Welfy right there on the backside of Farmer. Prickett going to roll upside down. Oh, no. Marshall hustling over there to him, though. Here comes Farmer. Farmer now to the number 2. Oh, man. From the D main in the C main. Is Sean Farmer going to make it back to the line in time? Prickett pushing hard. He will not be able to do it. It's going to be Sean Farmer. Taking the number 2 and final transfer spot.
Matt Watford done.
Jake Blaney going to finish up in that number 1. That's the race, guys. Everybody is done. Jake Blaney and Sean Farmer.
All right, what an exciting 17.5 C-Man we just saw. 17.5 Expert Stock 2-wheel drive. We saw Joey Fisher take the lead from the beginning, but relinquish it. But Jake Blaney and Sean Farmer winning it, getting that second bumping up spot in the last lap as he came across the line. Here's Joey Fisher. And he gets a little bit sideways. Some good sportsmanship by Jake Blaney. Joey was driving good at the beginning of this race and then made some mistakes. Oh! As we get ready. That was some good racing just now. Looking forward to the upper echelon A finals coming up. We should see some really good racing. Let's see what else Danny Pass caught on the highlight reel. That's Sean Farmer, that pink and white car. Mugen, as Raymond said. I don't know, man. I think if I got a 2-wheel drive right now, I might get the Mugen myself. All righty, and up next is our 4-wheel drive short course B main. Hector Gutierrez, John Philly, Willie Montero, Richard Lewis, Chris Zimmerman, Bart Faribault, Mike Moreno, Brad Anderson, Torm Hauselberger, and Marco Gomez. Whoa! And we got all types of demolition derby going on just on the warm-up laps out here. These short courses have no chill. They want all the action. There's Joey Fisher and the walk of shame. I was looking forward to racing Joey in short course in 2-wheel drive truck today. As these guys get gridded up. This is your race number 8 of 22 4-wheel drive short course B main. This should be pretty exciting, everybody. Let's get it back over to Lance.
2 truck is not here. Need to start right on your number. Richard Lewis, please start on your number, please. Directly on your number. Thank you. All right, make sure I got all my marshals out here. Looks like we're looking pretty good. Here we go. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going on the tone here in less than 5. It's going to be race number 8, 4-wheel drive short course B main underway. 2-wheel drive short course coming up next. Race number 9. We're going to blow the track off after this race. Oh, a little bit of problems there for Willie. Going to roll upside down. Going to have to be marshaled here. Going to give up that position. Now it's going to battle Richard Lewis. Oh, Richard going to spin it out on the front straightaway. Chris Zimmerman going to battle up to that number 2 spot. Oh, no, he and Hector Gutierrez get together going into the corner as Gutierrez got it all hooked up on the pipe. Hector, Chris, Bart, Willie, last time by the line. Race number 8 on the track. Race number 9 going to be coming up next. Willie Montero out in front. Bart holding on that number 2 spot. Chris Zimmerman in that number 3. Hector in that number 4. With just over 4 minutes left to go, Marco Gomez now to that number 6. Richard Lewis in that number 7. Tormey in the 8. And Brad Anderson in the 9.
4 minutes left.
It's mayhem out on the track right now with four-wheel drive short course. Willie Montero working that top spot. Bartman in the number 2 and final transfer position. Oh, man, one going full send here under the driver's stand. Turn marshal coming over to get him. Definitely going to have to get the rest of the wall up here. That's been a lot of vehicles that's gone under that driver's stand today. Bartman right now leading the way. Bart out in front last time by the line. He had a half a second lead here up on Willie. Willie now 1.8 seconds back. Chris Zimmerman now 5.6 seconds back. A transfer. Hector Gutierrez holding on to that number 4 spot. 3:15 left to go. Going to blow the track off after this race, guys. Going to blow the track off after this race. Zimmerman with a little bit of a trouble there. Going to roll it upside down. That's going to allow Gutierrez now to move back up into that number 3 spot. Richard Lewis now to the 4. Mike in the 5. Zimmerman falls down to the 6. You're 2 minutes down. 3 minutes left to go. .245 remaining. 240. Got one stuck in the pipe right here. The dragging back. Easy, fellas. Easy, fellas. Keep your trucks under control. You're overdriving here. You're overdriving your corners. 2:30 down. 2:30 left to go. Bartman still leading the way. Willie Montero holding on to that number 2 spot.
Two minutes left.
Got 1:45 left to go. Bart still out in front. Willie Montero holding on to that number 2 spot. Hector Gutierrez now in that number 2. Willie Montero in that number 3. Chris Zimmerman working that number 4. Mike holding on to the 5. Richard Lewis in the 6. Marco in the 7. Tormey in the 8. Brad Anderson in the 9. Looks like Zimmerman going to just pull his off. He's having some problems out of his. Bartman right now leading. We got a 12-second lead up on Willie, who's in that number 2 spot. Hector in that number 3. Richard Lewis working the 4. Hector right now 3 seconds back at the 2.
1 minute left.
All right, 4 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Bart right now with a 12-second lead here up on the field.
45 seconds left.
45 seconds left to go. Again, guys, going to blow the track off after this race. Going to blow the track off after this race.
.30 seconds left.
$15 seconds left to go.
15 seconds left.
Bart, Willie, Hector, 1, 2, and 3. 5 seconds remaining. Bartman going to come across the line in that orange and gray short course truck.
Brad Anderson done.
As Bart
Marco Gomez
going to
done.
take the race win here. Willie Montero going to come
Mike
on in
Marino
that number
done.
2 spot. Well, I say he is. Hector Gutierrez is only 2/10 of a
Wiley
second, 2
Montero
seconds
done.
back. Willie
Hector
Montero holds
Gutierrez
on
done.
for the number 2.
Bart Ferrable done.
And
Richard
that is
Lewis
the race,
done.
guys. Everybody is done.
Tormey Hazelberger done.
All right, and that is the end of our four-wheel drive short course B-main, and the one word I would use to describe that was hectic. That was far from the glory. It was hectic. It was a lot of ooh and ah from me over here. As you say, Raymond, full send day. Absolutely full sending, zero responsibility right there. So let's get ready. Oh, forward. Oh, here's some highlights. There's Bart. And that orange. Oh, getting it all wrong. As Danny says, the short course just bouncing around. That's how Danny Paz got his start. Putting a GoPro on a short course truck at Mills Pond and Coral Springs. There's Willie Montero from Rio de Janeiro, but been living here in Florida for 30 years. Came over to do BMX back in the 90s. Had a good discussion with him. That was like E-Truggy at 8 scale, dude. That was nuts. I would not want to see an E-Truggy on this track. Up next is our 13.5 two-wheel drive short course B main. Richard Lewis, Floyd Houghton, Vincent Cervini, Stephen Watford, and Sean Alfonso. Hold on. We're coming up to my race here shortly. I am racing race number 12. Can I bump it up and make it to the BA final? I'm in the B main, Daniel. All right, as these guys get their warm-up laps. I'm going to hand it back over to Lance.
Okay, I got y'all
3,
mixed up. Hold
2,
on.
1.
Hold on 1 second. Sean, come back across the line for me, please. Sean? Sean, go across the line for me. Thank you. Oh, wait. There we go. All right, Richard
Sean
Lewis, come
Alfonso.
across the line for me. Richard Lewis. There we go.
Richard Lewis.
All right, let's line them up, guys. Richard Lewis on the 1, Floyd on the number 2. The 3 will be open. Stephen Watford on the 4, Sean Alfonso on the 5. Missing a Marshall in the middle in the back. Marshall in the middle in the back. Missing a Marshall in the middle in the back. Shouldn't be missing anybody. Let's see, Bart's out there. Willie Montero's out there. Hector, where you at, Hector? Hector Gutierrez, need you to Marshall. You got it there, sir. Go and grab the middle. Thank you, sir. All right, guys, racers ready. Marshall's ready. Everybody's going on the tone here in less than 5. 13.5 two-wheel drive short course B final. 2 of these guys going to transfer up. I'm going to need a lot of volunteer marshal help as I got one of these guys running back-to-back. So that gives me only 3 able to marshal. Going to need a lot of marshal help, please. Oh, got a little bit of a pass here for that top spot. It's going to be Sean Alfonso. Going to move up to the top of the leaderboard. Richard Lewis is going to be right there in that number 2 spot. Oh, Alfonso. Car didn't count when he came across the line, but he's still out in front. Oh, man, they get all together here as they come on to the... Okay. Yep. Thank you. Here they come through the double single for your race leaders. Right at 1 minute down, 4 minutes left to go. Sean Alfonso with the race lead. Here they come on the right-hand side of the track. Coming across the line, Alfonso with the top spot. Richard Lewis holding on to the number 2. Floyd Holton hold on to the 3. Floyd Holton not out of this thing yet as Floyd is right there on the back bumper here of Richard Lewis. Floyd Holton in the flame-colored paint job with the blue body. Now going to move up into that number 2, Richard Lewis down the front straightaway. Oh, a little bit of problems there for Floyd. That's going to give the plot now back to Sean Alfonso. Floyd now working that number 3. 13.5 four-wheel drive buggy coming up next. 120 down, 340 left to go. I know. Please mark that for Stephen Wofford number 4 spot. $140 down, 320 left to go. That is true. That is very true. 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go. Richard Lewis right now leading the way. Sean Alfonso last time by the line in that number 2 spot. Floyd Holton in that number 3. Floyd last time by the line 11 seconds back. Sean coming onto the front straightaway. Two-wheel drive short course, B main, out on the track. Floyd Holton now moves his way up into that number 2. I got a long lap there for Sean Alfonso. We'll get that fixed for him. He's actually holding on to the number 2. Floyd Holton working to number 3. Looks like Sean Alfonso having some transponder issues. He's only had transponder issues all day today. Oh, man, one hard into the wall here. Sean Alfonso still working that number 2 spot right now, 3.4 seconds back of Richard Lewis. Richard Lewis working on 3rd place, putting him a lap down. Just over 2 minutes left to go.
2 minutes left.
Floyd having a little bit of trouble. Going to spin out in the corner. Going to gather, go back up. Send it in the right direction. $140 left to go. 140 remaining. Oh no. Floyd's truck just shuts off coming down the hill. Oh no. No, something's wrong. It ain't got no power. Oh no. Right rear broke there on Floyd Holt running in at number 3 spot. So Richard Lewis and Sean Alfonso now with a big lead here up on the field. They're separated by 0.4 of a second. Sean looking to put the bump. Oh, man, Richard with the big choke as he come up over the triple. Going to give up the race lead now. Sean Alfonso out in front with 1:15 left to go. Race number 10 coming up next.
One minute left.
With 1 minute left to go, guys, they're going to blow the track off after this race. I need lots of volunteer marshal help, too, please. I got one that's running back. Oh, man. Our race leader getting all tied up here. Stephen Wofford giving him the bumper.
45 seconds left.
45 seconds left to go. Wofford right now running in at number 3 spot. Oh, man, Wofford going to monster. Oh, man. Monster truck. Oh, no. Now it's going to be Sean Alfonso with the choke as he comes over the triple. Richard Lewis
left.
back to the race lead. There's guaranteed smack talking here. If Richard Lewis can edge out Sean Alfonso for that top spot as they come in through the Dragon's back. That blue, yellow, and white.
15 seconds
oh,
left.
man, now Richard with the double choke. Rolls it upside down in the triple. Sean Alfonso, Richard Lewis, 1 and 2. Race at number 10 coming up next again. Guys, I need lots of marshal help. Oh, man, looks like Sean Alfonso in that Frankenstein truck going to take the race win. Richard Lewis going to come home into number 2. They'll do battle once again in the A main.
Richard Lewis done.
And there we go, guys. That is the race. Everybody is done. All right, guys, hold your cars. Hold your cars now. We're going to blow the track off here real quick. Race number 10, taking a stand. Guys, once again, I need a lot of volunteer marshal help, please.
All right, so congratulations to Richard Lewis and Sean Alfonso. They will be your bumper upperers. As we see Kenneth Setzer now blowing off the track. Oh, there we see Sean and Richard both coming through the Dragons back there. That's what I'm going to call it. If I was going to run any classes here, it would be two-wheel drive buggy and two-wheel drive short course. My car's here, Mr. Steve's got me hooked up, Raymond. It's sitting here waiting for me. Ooh, that's a good. Oh, wow, what a close battle going on the straightaway. Whoa! I'm just chatting in between the YouTube broadcasts. All right, so up next is 13.5 four-wheel drive buggy. We got Joey Fisher, Aram Rasul, Joe Dedunsky, John Philly, Sean Alfonso, Chris Thomas, Esteban Goody, Sean Mann, Barry Boatwright, and Robert Goodman. We're going to put it back over to Lance McDonald.
I need a lot of volunteer marshal help, please. Lots of marshal help. Thank you.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, go ahead and turn them loose, turn them loose, turn them loose. All right, guys, I need a lot of volunteer marshal help, please. Lots of marshal help.
Sean Mann. Joey Fisher. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Esto Godoy. Robert Goodman. Arham Rasul. Joe Dudzinski. Chris Thomas. Less than 5. John Philly 4. Barry Boatwright 2. 1.
All right, racers, let's grid them up. Grid them up, grid them up, grid them up. We got Joey Fisher on first, Arham Rasul on second, on 2, Joe on 3, John on 4, Sean Alfonso 5, Chris Thomas 6, Esto Goody 7, Sean Mann 8, Barry Boatwright 9th, and Robert Goodman 10.
Sean Alfonso.
All right, so we have Joey Fisher on the 1, Aaron Razul on 2, Joe Dagunsky on 3, John Philly 4, Sean Alfonso 5, Chris Thomas 6, Esto Goody in 7th, Sean Mann 8th, 9th is Barry Boatwright, and Robert Goodman on 10th. I will note that I am not an RD. All right. All right. Come over here, Lance. All righty. So racers ready? Marshals ready? Everybody goes in the start of the turn on 5. All righty, then we had a nice clean start coming over the Dragon's back. We have Joey Fisher out front, followed by Arham Razul. Oh, Arham gets it wrong coming through the triple. Joey has some breathing room as he comes over the straightaway. That's a 14-8 for Joey, followed by Joe Dadunsky, Arham in second, Sean in fifth. Joey going up to the driving track, looking very smooth, makes his way. Double, single in order for him. Stuffs a little bit into that double. Uh-oh, Joey getting a little bit squirrely coming on the straightaway. That's going to allow Joe to pull up on him there, separated by 9/10 of a second. Arham, 1.6 back. Joey Fisher is about to have a lot of company. He's going to have to put on the afterburners. And he goes a little bit wide, and that's going to allow Arham by. Arham's now in the lead in that green and purple car. Yellow wheels. They're about to get into some lap traffic. Arham got a bit of a lead. You got the leaders coming up on
4
your blue
minutes
car.
left.
Can you let them by? Leaders coming by. Blue and orange car, that is the leader. Blue and orange car, thank you. Orange car, that's the leader. Thank you very much. Joey Fisher still in second. He's coming up soon behind you as well. Uh-oh, Arham getting it wrong. Joey getting it wrong as well. It's going to be Arham, Sean Alfonso front, followed by Arham Razul, Joey Fisher, Joe Dadunsky. So Sean Alfonso getting out front. And Arham trying to chase him. There's Sean with that purple wing. Sean coming by. Right, that's a Sean, followed by Arham. Joey now 2 seconds back. Joey Fisher now in second as Arham got it wrong. Blue car, that is the leader coming up on you. Thank you. At second coming up on you, Joey Fisher in second.
3 minutes left.
Now Joey Fisher sets his sight on Sean Alfonso. Sean making his way up over the triple. Joe Dadunsky in that silver car right behind him, black wheels. So this is the battle for first. There's Sean. Now Joey made a mistake. Joe Dadunsky into second. Joey having a long lap in third. Arham Razul in fourth. There's Joey. He's got 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this race. We are halfway through. And Joe Dadunsky is still in second with Sean maneuvering his way. Yellow car, that is your leader right behind you. Thank you. Joe Dadunsky in that silver car, black wheels, that's second. Joey not too far back as he makes his way through the triple. Sean coming across the line, followed by Joe there, separated by 1.4 seconds. Joey 3.3 back of 1.9 back of that bump up spot. Joey getting a little bit wrong over the Dragon's back. Joe getting it wrong on the triple.
2 minutes left.
Joey gonna get by Joe now. Sean out in the lead still. Joey setting his sights. Yellow car, that is the leader. Thank you. So Joe got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch back up and get in that bump spot, and he is on it right now. Joey casing that triple. Sean still out front. He has a lot of clear air in front of him. Joey coming by. Joe right there as well. Joe is 1.1 back. Closing in on Joey. So Joey's about to have a rear view mirror full of Joe in that silver car. Sean is loving it as these guys battle it out. Uh-oh, Joe getting a little bit wide over that triple. Joey coming by. That's going to be a 16-2 for him. Joe still 1.1 back. This is your battle for the final bump-up spot. But Joey is catching up to Sean. As Sean makes his way over this double and comes onto the straightaway, Joey is now 0.6 of a second back, and Joe 1 second back of Joey. So we have a very close battle.
1 minute left.
Orange, thank you. Let that purple wing car by. Orange car. You have the leaders right behind you. Joey stuffs it in the pipe. As Joe and Joey, good sportsmanship, Joey. Thank you.
45 seconds
now
left.
Joe Dodonsky out front as Joey let him by after he got into him. That bodes well for Sean Alfonso. 39 seconds left to go, guys. Remember, 2 will bump up to race again. Joe,
30 seconds
second,
left.
2.6 seconds back of Sean. Sean making his way up. There's this car with the pink wing. Joe, all silver. Joey looks like he's having a problem. Looks like he popped the bowl cup. Joe having a spill over there. Can Arham make some
15 seconds left.
We got 15 seconds left to go in this race. Sean Alfonso now stretches that lead out to 5 seconds. Joe, Arham, Robert, and Joey, you're running order. Uh-oh. Somebody getting wrong right on straightaway. Well done,
Sean Alfonso done.
You are done.
Sean Mann done.
Up. Joe Dodonsky,
Robert Goodman done.
Uh-oh.
Joey Fisher done.
Wrong. Coming onto the straightaway.
Esto
Joe
Godoy
gonna
done.
come by.
Joe Dudzinski done.
Bump up spot.
Chris Thomas done.
Followed by Arham.
John Philly done.
4.3 back.
Arham Rasul
Robert
done.
Goodman, Joey Fisher,
Barry Boatwright done.
John Philly, Barry Boatwright, Sean Mann, and Chris Thomas. All right, that was a great 13.5 four-wheel drive buggy B main. I'm going to give the microphone back over to Lance.
All right, guys, race number 10 in the books. Race number 11 coming up next. All right, guys, let's get our marshals out here, please. Marshals to the track, please.
Zachary Schmidt. Steve Hollybaugh. Gene Schrout. Sean Farmer. Blake Mofield. Jordan Newman. Chris Zimmerman. Mark Van Nyerson.
All right.
Brian
Waiting
Miller.
on Jake Blaney to check in. Waiting on Jake Blaney. This is 17.5, two-wheel drive, expert stock buggy, B final.
Jake Blaney.
All right, I got everybody checked in.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Get our turn marshals out here, please. No more laps, no more laps. I need Zachary Schmidt, please, on the 1. Brian Miller on the 2. Mark Van Neersen on the 3. Jordan Newman on the 4. Gene Schrout on the 5. Steve Hollenbaugh on the 6. Blake Mofield on the 7. Chris Zimmerman on the 8. Jake Blaney on the 9. Sean Farmer, please, on the 10. All right, guys, here we go. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going to roll on the tone here in less than 5. All right, race number 11 now underway. It's going to be Zachary Schmidt going to lead the charge. Got a little bit of a stack up there going in through the corner. They're going to try to get it worked out around that first hairpin. Zachary still holding on to. Oh, one on the wrong side of the pipe. Oh, no. They lose several positions here early in the first lap. It's going to be Brian Miller. Down a couple of positions here, and it's going to be Jordan Newman to the top of the leaderboard. Gene Shroud in that number 2 and final transfer spot. It's Gene and Mark right now running 1 and 2. Jake Blaney working at number 3. Jordan Nimmin now down to the number 4. Gene Shroud in the S-Works right now leading the way. Here he comes over here on the right-hand side of the track, holding on to that top spot, that all-silver buggy. He's got Mark Van Eersen directly behind him at number 2. 1 and 2 right now with a 3.6-second breakaway. He'll be coming up on the backside of some lap traffic here in just a moment. That's Steve Hollebach. They're going to be coming up on the backside of it. Oh, a little bit of problems there for Gene Shroud. Going to fall down to number 2, Mark Van Eersen, your new race leader. Jake Blaney working at number 3. Jordan Newman holding on to the number 4. Chris Zimmerman working the 5. Brian Miller in the 6. Blake Mofield in the number 7. Steve Hollebach in the 8. Sean Farmer in the 9. Unfortunate break on the very first lap here for Zachary Schmidt after he set BQ. Mark Van Eersen and Gene Shroud right now running 1 and 2. 140 down, 3:20 left to go. Jake Blaney holding on that number 3. All day. 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go. Oh, long lap here for Gene Shroud. Oh, man, Gene Shroud going to fall down that number 3 spot. That's going to allow Jake Blaney from 9th on the starting grid all the way from the C main right now leading, or running in number 2 final transfer spot here of the B. Gene Shroud, though, all over his back bumper here as they come onto the front straightaway. Gene looking for a way around. Blaney running that pink and white. Looks like Sean Farmer's car in front of him. Oh, no. Looks like Gene may have rolled upside down. There's Blaney coming across the line. Yep, that was Sean Farmer. It was just in front of Sean Farmer 1 lap back. Blaney running the blue on the right-hand side and the orange, yellow-orange on the left-hand side. We got a possible pass for the race lead as Mark Van Eersen bicycles it through the corner after the bubble. From 9th on the starting grid of the end from the C main all the way to the race lead. Jake Blaney in that Mugen showing the way right now. It's Blaney, Van Eersen, Shroud, Zimmerman, and Mofield, left. Your top 5. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Jake Blaney right now with 3.8-second lead up on Van Eersen. Oh, one bouncing it off the wall here. Gene Shroud right now running 2.7 seconds back at that number 2. Zimmerman now 1.3 seconds behind Shroud. 1:45 left to go. Battle for that number 3, 4, 5. Here they come all over on the front straightaway. Van Eersen now with a 6.5-second lead up on the field. Got 1:20 left to go, 1:20 remaining. Race number 11 on the track, race number 12. 13.5, two-wheel drive stadium truck B final up next. Oh, we got one broke, but something broke with it. Got to pull it off, something broke. Front straightaway.
1 minute left.
Jake Blaney still leading the way with Van Eersen holding on to that number 2. Gene Shroud, though, beginning to mount a charge now, 2.7 seconds back. Here comes Van Eersen over here on the right-hand side of the track. Gene Shroud right there on his back bumper. Battle for the bow spot down the front straightaway. Battle for that bump between Shroud and Van Eersen. Back section of the track through the dog leg to go. Van Eersen onto the front straightaway. Gene Shroud right there behind him. He's 9/10 of a second back around the hairpin at the top of the hill. Oh no, Van Eersen rolls it upside down. Turn marshal there to grab him, but it's going to be Gene Shroud now up in the number 2 spot. Here they come onto the front straightaway. Van Eersen battling hard. Now we're in that 3 outside of the A main. Oh, a little wide in the corner there for Shroud. Van Eersen not able to capitalize. Here they come in through the triple as the race clock expires. Oh! Van Eersen sticks it in the corner. Oh, they get together. One stuck in the pipe. Got one stuck in the pipe. Van Eersen on the wrong side. It's going to be a battle back to the line. Oh, my God. It's going to be to the line. Oh! It is Blake Mofield in the number 2 and final transfer spot in the last corner. Blake Mofield edges out Gene Trout by 0.3 of a second. Wow. Jake Blaney from 9th on the starting grid takes the win. Congratulations to Blake Mofield, hanging in there and taking the last bump spot in the final corner. All right, guys, you're going into race number 15. Race 15. All right, race number 12. You're coming up next, race 12. All right, guys, here we go. Race number 12 going to be coming up next, race 12. Novice A main up next, our Novice A main up next.
Keenan White.
All right, guys, let's
Steve
get our
Holland.
marshals out here. Marshals, come on out, please. Marshals.
Jason Zilli. Son Anderson. 1 minute to the start of the race. Richard Lewis. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, should have all my marshals out here. Let's go ahead and let's line them up. Steve on the 1, Richard on the number 2.
Sean Alfonso.
Keenan on the 3, Jason Zilli on the 4, Son Anderson on the 5, and Sean Alfonso, please, on the 6.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Guys, I'm missing a marshal here at the beginning of the straightaway. I shouldn't be missing anybody. Missing a marshal
Less
at the
than 5,
beginning of the
4,
straightaway. Beginning of the
3,
straightaway.
2, 1.
I need a marshal at the beginning of the straightaway, please. There we go. Headed this way. All right. Here we go, guys. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going to go on the tone here in less than 5. And we're off and running. Steve going to lead the way. Richard right behind him in number 2 spot with Keenan working at number 3. Here to come on to the front straightaway. Man, it is a tight battle. Look at Jason Zilli go. Jason Zilli from 4th on the starting grid to that number 2 and final transfer spot. Steve with the race lead. Son Anderson now up into that number 2. Jason Zilli in the 3. Richard Lewis working the number 4. You are right out. 1 minute down. 4 minutes left to go. Oh, looks like we may have had a pass for the race lead. Son Anderson now out in front. Steve going to run in that number 2 spot. Jason Zilli. No, Richard Lewis down to that number 2. Steve in the number 3. Jason Zilli in the number 4. Sean Alfonso in the 5. Keenan White working that number 6 spot. Minute 15 down, 3:45 left to go. Your race leader coming across that start-finish line right now with a 2.9 second lead here up on Richard Lewis. Now Steve going to move to that number 2 in final transfer position. Richard going to work to 3. 1:30 down, 3:30 left to go. We got our first A final coming up next. Son Anderson last time with the race lead, last time by the line. He's going to fall down that number 2 spot. Oh, Steve going to bounce it hard into the pipe in the corner. Going to lose a position here. Richard Lewis now in that number 3. And just outside of transfer, Sean Alfonso working at number 4. Race number 12 on the track. Race 13, Novice A main up next.
3 minutes left.
You got 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go. Son Anderson last time out of line with the race lead. Steve's holding on to that number 2, Richard 3. Keenan now up to the 4. Battle for that number 3 spot coming on to the front straightaway. Oh, nope, that's Jason Silly working the 6 now.
What is it? What's the matter?
2:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Oh, a couple of guys having a little bit of trouble here as they come on. Oh, Keenan White up. Oh, Keenan all up into the wall. Keenan up to the 3. Oh, Keenan going to go donuts at the end of the front straightaway. Oh, man, they're all beating and banging, slamming and framming. They're all tied up on one another over here. They're trying to get it all worked out. Oh, man, Jason Silly into the pipe hard. There we go. They're getting it worked out. Son Anderson still with the race lead. Let's see who's going to be in that number 2 spot. Keenan White working the number 4, just behind Richard Lewis. There's Steve coming across the line at number 2 in final transfer position. Richard Lewis with a 6-second lead right now up on Keenan. 3:30 down, 1:30 left to go.
One minute left. "45 seconds left.
40 seconds left to go. Son Anderson right now with a 5.8-second lead up on Steve Holtag, who's in that number 2 spot. Richard Lewis working at number 3. Keenan White in the 4. Sean Alfonso in the 5. Jason Silly in the 6.
30 seconds left.
"20 seconds left to go.
15 seconds
Son
left.
Anderson right now with the race lead. But the battle for the transfers right now is for the 2 and the 3. Son Anderson will not be making the transfer up. And race clock has expired.
Keenan White done. Son Anderson done.
Keenan White going to come home in that number 4 spot.
Richard Lewis done.
So Son
done.
Anderson takes the race win, but Steve Holtang and Richard Lewis will take the transfer spot.
Jason Silly done.
Waiting on Sean Alfonso. And
Sean
there we go, guys.
Alfonso
That's
done.
the race. Everybody is done. All right, Steve and Richard, you're bumping up into the A main. Steve and Richard into the A main. Going into race 17, guys. Race 17. All right, race 13, novice A main. Yep. All right, guys, I need my turn marshals out here, please. I need volunteers as well. If I could please have some volunteer marshals. Race number 13, taking a stand. I only had 6 in that last race. I only had 6 in the last race, and I need some volunteer marshal help. Again, Steve and Richard, you guys are bumping up into the A main.
Buddy
Two-wheel
Servanite.
drive stock truck. You're going into the A main. I need my turn marshals out here, please, and I need volunteers as well. Turn marshals to the track, please, and volunteers.
One minute to the start of the race.
All right, let's see here. I need Son Anderson out here. Son Anderson needs you to marshal, please.
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
All righty, there we go. Looks like I got all my marshals out here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and turn them loose, turn them loose, turn them loose. Race number 13.
30 seconds to the start of the race. Randy Marrero. Stephen Watford, Derek LeBeouf, Owen Amundsen, Lane Craig, Cutter Ross, Carter Newman, Jeffrey Waldecker. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Sean Watford. Less than 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, guys, no more laps, no more laps. Let's get them lined up. No more laps, guys. Straightaway is closed. Straightaway is closed. Carter Newman. Carter Newman all the way down to the number 1. Jeffrey Waldecker to the number 2. Sean Watford on the 3. Randy Morano on the 4. Stephen Watford on the 5. Derek LeBeouf on the 6. Buddy Sabrini on the 7. Lane Craig on the 8. Cutter Ross on the 9. Owen on the 10. Once you get your cars set now, guys, don't move them. Don't move them. Once you're set, don't move them. All right, guys. All right, guys, here we go. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going to go on the tone. Oh. One more time. Here we go. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going to go on the tone here in less than 5. Hold on, guys. You got to wait for the tone. You have to wait for the tone. All right, one more time. Listen for the tone now. Listen for the tone. Racers ready, marshals ready. Everybody on the tone in less than 5. Here we go. We are off and running. Carter Newman going to set TQ after 2 rounds of qualifying. He's going to lead the charge. Going to have a little bit of a breakaway here as he's trying to pull away from the field. Oh, no, he's upside down. He's going to lose a position. I believe it's going to be Sean Watford to the race lead, who is going to take the very first A-Main win here at SO Raceway, the Grand Opening. Oh, Sean Watford into the pipe. That's going to allow Jeffrey Waldecker, never been in a race before. He's to the race lead. Waldecker right now leading the way in that 4-wheel drive short course, I believe. Over here by Associated. Here he comes onto the front straightaway. Nope, I believe it'll be 2-wheel drive. I was trying to get a good look at the front end there. Wasn't quite sure if that's 2 or 4. Doesn't matter. He's in the race lead. That's all that matters. Oh, he's going to get the love tap there from Watford. They're side by side as they come in through the Dragon's back. Watford now out in front. Now battling their way back. Oh, no, they both get together here on the triple. He's upside down. Tara Marshall trying to get them all straight now. Looks like we got a new race leader. It's going to be Carter Newman back out in front. A 4-truck battle now as they come down the front straightaway. Jeffrey Waldecker, Stephen Watford, Sean Watford, and Carter Newman with the race lead. They're working their way around some lap traffic here. Sean Watford. Oh, man, they're having all kinds of problems. They come in through the triple. Looks like Newman going to get out. Hold on to the race lead. Here they come down the front straightaway. Newman trying to slice and dice his way through that lap traffic here. Sean Watford still holding on to that number 2. Waldecker in that number 3. Stephen Watford in that number 4. Randy Morano in the 5. Oh, man, all kinds of problems here. They roll it upside down here at the Dragon's back. Easy, guys, easy. Randy Morano holding on to 5. Owen in that number 6. Buddy Sabrini in the 7. Cutter Ross in the 8. Derek in that number 9. Now Derek going to move to the 6. Lane Craig in the 10. There goes Sean Watford coming across the line right now. 1.6 seconds back on Carter.
3 minutes left.
Carter, Sean, Jeffrey, 1, 2, and 3. 2:15 down, 2:45 left to go. There's Randy Morano coming across the line right now in number 5 spot. Turn Marshall's out there getting a workout right now. They're trying to get them all situated in the right direction. Oh, no, Carter Newman will have a little bit of trouble. That's going to allow Jeffrey Waldecker to the race lead. Jeffrey showing away. Oh, Jeffrey going to spin it out in the corner as he tried to lay the power down. Glad to be marshaled. It's going to be Sean Watford now up into that top spot. Take that back. It's going to be Carter Newman now back to the race lead as Watford falls down to the 2. Here comes Carter over here on the right-hand side of the track. He's going to bounce it off the pipe. Carter Newman coming across that start-finish line out in front. Now Watford holding on to number 2. Waldecker in at number 3. Watford in the 4. And Randy Morano in the 5. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Derek LaBeouf holding on to that number 6 spot. Lane Craig in at number 7. Owen in the 8. Cutter Ross in the 9. Oh, got a couple of them stuck in the pipe right here in front of me. Got a minute 45 left to go. Oh, front straightaway to get all tied up here on the front straightaway. It's going to be Sean Watford now to the race lead. Got a little wide in the corner. He and Carter Newman get together, but Watford going to get the better end of it. Watford now coming in through the Dragon's back. Carter Newman down to the number 2. Oh, man, oh, no, he rolls it upside down, does Carter. Sean just holding on to it here with 90 seconds left to go. Here he comes on to the front straightaway. Jeff Waldecker holding on to the number 3. Stephen Watford in at number 4. There's Stephen now coming across the line in that 3 spot. Cars flipping and flopping all over the place. Oh, we got one stuck in the pipe. Oh, that one stuck up on a nail. That one stuck up on a nail. Triple, 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 triple. Caution in the triple. Sean Watford out in front. Carter Newman holding on to that number 2 spot now. 7.3 seconds back. Sean Watford running that yellow and orange. Sean Watford looking to take the very first A-Main win here at SO Raceway. He's got 35 seconds left to go. One upside down here on the front straightaway, one into the pipe as well.
30 seconds left.
I was stuck in the pipe, still one stuck in the pipe. Carter Newman in that number 2 spot. Stephen Watford working at number 3. 20 seconds left to go. Stephen Watford holding on to the number 3. Jeff Waldecker in the 4. Derek LaBeouf in the 5. 15 seconds left to go. One more lap here for Sean Watford. Oh, we got one stuck over there in the back. They're trying to get it worked out. 5 seconds left to go. Newman trying to make it one more lap here. Oh, Carter Newman going to get caught right at the line. Nobody will be able to take it away from Sean Watford as he is on the victory lap. Sean Watford will take the win here this weekend in the Novice A final.
Sean Watford
taking the very first A-Main win. Carter Newman going to come on in at number 2 spot. Stephen Watford going to finish up in the 3. Jeffrey Waldecker in the 4, and Derek LaBeouf takes the 5 and final podium position. All righty, guys. That is
done.
That is a race everybody is
Derek
done.
LaBeouf done.
All right, guys, put your cards down. Coming out, grab turn mark spot.
Dennis Cubbage.
All right, guys, hold tight now. We'll blow the truck off here real quick. Hold tight, hold tight.
Dexter Smith.
All right, guys, top 5 podium picks after we complete race number 22. After we complete race 22.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
Race number 14. As soon as they get done blowing the track off here, get y'all checked in. I need my marshals out here, please. Marshals, Sean, Carter, Steven, Jeffrey, Derek, Cutter,
30 seconds
Owen,
to the start
Randy,
of the race.
Vincent, and Lane. All right, guys, let's get them checked in.
Jake Smith.
Yeah, no
Steve
problem.
Hodling.
See ya.
Jason Zilli. Stephen Downey. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5, 4, Joe Wallace, 2, 1.
All right, so I think Brian Monroe and John Petrie both left. So this will only be an 8-car field. All right, guys, let's line them up. Dennis Cummings on the 1, Dexter Smith on the 2, Joe Wallace on the 3, Steve on the 4, Jake on the 5, John Petrie on the 6, Brian Monroe on the 7, Jason Zilli on the 8, Steve Downey on the 9, Jared Rollins on the 10. Race number 14 taking the track. All right, here we go. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going on the tone here in less than 5. Caution in the Dragon's back. Come on, buddy. Got to go get it. Got to go get it. Got to go get it. All right, 1 minute down, 4 minutes left to go. Dennis Cummings, Dexter Smith right now running 1 and 2. Steve working at number 3. Jake in the 4, Steve
left.
Downey in the 5. Dennis Cummings right now with a 5-second lead here up on the field. Dexter Smith now working 6 seconds back of the 1. 1:30 down, 3:30 left to go. Oh, watch out here on the front straightaway. Dennis Cummings still continuing to wait. Dexter Smith working that number 2 spot. Steve in the number 3. Two minutes down, 3 minutes left to go.
3 minutes left.
Dennis Cummings right now with a 7.5-second lead here upon Dexter. Steve working at number 3. Jake Smith in the 4. Steve Downey in the 5. The battle for that number 4 spot now starting to tighten up as Steve Downey closing the gap here on Jake Smith. Oh, a little bit of problems there for Downey. Going to lose the position. There goes Dexter Smith coming across that start-finish line. Just clicked off the fastest lap of the race at a 15.9. He's the only one to get into the 15s here. Steve Downey right there on the backside of Jake Smith. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go.
2 minutes left.
3 minutes down, 2 minutes remaining. Minute 45 left to go. It's Dennis Cubbage right now with a comfortable lead here up on the field. Dexter Smith working in the number 2 spot. 3.2 seconds up on Steve. Steve Downey in the number 4. He has a 3.9 second lead up on Jake Smith, who Jake Smith now beginning to feel the pressure here from Joe Wallace. And Joe Wallace has made up a ton of time here on Jake Smith.
1 minute left.
Dennis Cubbage, Dexter Smith, Steve Holting right now in that 1, 2, and 3. Steve Downey holding on to the 4. Jake Smith in the 5.
45 seconds left.
With 45 seconds left to go. Got a bit of a long lap here for Darius Cubbage coming across the line. He's still maintaining a 13-second lead up on the field. 30 seconds left to go.
30 seconds left.
$15 seconds left to go. Dennis Cubbage right now with a 13-second lead.
Jake Smith done. Stephen Downey done.
Race clock has expired.
Jason Zilai done. Steve Hodling done. Joe Wallace done. Dennis Cubbage done. Dexter Smith
Dennis
done.
Cubbage will take the race
Jared
win here in
Rollins
21.5. Steve going to come on in at 2. Dexter in the 3. Jake Smith 4 and Steve Downey rounding out your top 5.
Well, I am back, and I sucked. But that's all right. I had a lot of fun. Up next is our 17.5 Expert Stock 2-wheel drive buggy main. Ryan Styles Harris, Nolan Manchester, Zach Griggs, Tom Sherman, Austin Craig, Scott Blaney, Brad Nicosa, Kermit Butts, Jake Blaney, and Blake Hollyfield. But I did enjoy myself. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Steve Downey for letting me run his car. A big thank you to Kenny Setzer for taking some time to straighten it all out for me. I greatly appreciate that. We are on race number, I'm not sure, it should be race 15 of 22. We are rolling here at the SO Raceway as Kenneth sets us out there below the track. Track is losing a bit of traction just now when I went out there and drove. As it's getting a little bit dustier. Well, like I said, as they get better with the prep of the track, they'll figure out what works and what doesn't work. But it's been a great day here at the SORC Raceway. You are going to listen to Lance McDonald doing the calling, and I am left and right of the No Name RC podcast, and this is the Elite RC Productions that is bringing you all the action. We have Danny Paz on the moving cameras, Lance McDonald doing the RD, and I am just chatting to you guys in between races. And it was a great race out there. I enjoyed myself.
Two-wheel drive, Expert Stock Buggy, 17.5. Ryan Harris, you're going to line up on number 1. Nolan Manchester on number 2. Zach Griggs on the 3. Tom Sherman on the 4. Austin Craig 5. Scott Blaney on the 6. Brad Nicosia on the 7. Kirby Butts on the 8. Jake Blaney 9. And Blake Mofield on the 10. Race 15. All right, guys, top 5 in every class. Podium picks after we complete race 22. Here we go. Racers ready. Marshall's ready. Everybody's going to go on the tone here in less than 5. It's going to be Ryan Harris leading the charge as they come around the 180 at the top of the hill. Through the Dragon's back he goes. Nolan Manchester right there with him as they come through the triple now. Got a little bit of a breakaway here. Looks like 4 Ryan Harris, as he is 1 second up on the field. 1 and 2 beginning to break away in that number 3 spot. Tom Sherman. Oh, they're really backing up here in the back of the pack. They're trying to get it worked out as one stuck in the pipe here. Ryan Harris out in front. Nolan Manchester in that number 2. Tom Sherman, Scott Blaney running 3 and 4. Kermit Butts in that number 5. Brandon Koji in that number 6. Zach Griggs in the 7. Jake Blaney in the 8. Austin Craig in the 9. Blake Mofield in that number 10 spot. Race number 15 currently on the track. Race 16, you're coming up next. Ryan Harris right now with the comfortable lead up on Nolan Manchester. 1.4 seconds up last time by the line. There he comes down the front straightaway. Manchester keeping tabs with him, only 1.5 seconds back. Harris carrying the front end on that associated buggy. Working the back section of the track. Here he comes on to the front straightaway now. Ryan Harris, oh man, lays down a 14.5 that time by. Had that two-wheel drive stock buggy. Manchester going to bounce it up the pipe, rolls upside down. Giving up some valuable time here to Harris. Harris back to the front straightaway once again, clicks off another 14.8. Every lap so far in the 14s except for that very first one, but he was way ahead of the start-finish line, so that one don't technically count. Here he comes on to the front straightaway once again, 14.7 that time by there. Oh, man, Harris on fire here in the first 2 minutes of this 5-minute A final. Got one stuck in the pipe there. Per Marshall hustling over there to him. It's Harris, Manchester, Sherman, Blaney in the 4, and that's Scott Blaney.
3
Brandon
minutes
Koja
left.
holding on to the 5. Zach Griggs working at number 6. Austin Craig in the 7. Kermit Butts in the 8. Jake Blaney 9. And Blake Mofield in the 10. Your race leader over here on the right-hand side of the track, coming across that start-finish line. 14.5 that time by. That's his fastest lap. 14.573 for Harris. Enjoying that clean track all around him. No pressure from the back. Manchester still working in that number 2. Manchester now on to the right-hand side of the track. He's about a quarter of a lap back. Oh, we got one stuck in the pipe. It's Ryan Harris, Nolan Manchester, Tom Sherman, 1, 2, and 3. Scott Blaney in that number 4. Brandon Koji in the 5. Austin Craig 6. Kermit Butts in the 7. Zach Griggs in the 8. Jake Blaney in the 9. Blake Mofield in the 10. 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Ryan Harris right now out in front. Got a 5.4 second lead here up on the field. Ryan Harris still out in front. Man, Ryan Harris with a monster lap last time by. I had to adjust my minimum lap time to set at 14 seconds because that young man just clicked off a 13.8 out of that two-wheel drive stock buggy. Wow. That man is moving with 1:20 left to go. Got 1:10 left to go, 1:10 remaining. Nolan Manchester in that number 2. Manchester fast lap for him, 14.4. Talk about hitting the perfect lap, the perfect line, 13.8.
1 minute left.
That's impressive. Nolan Manchester working that number 2 right now, 5 seconds back of the 1. Got Tom Sherman holding on to the number 3. Scott Blaney working the 4. There goes Harris coming across the line, 15.2 that time by.
45 seconds left.
45 seconds left to go here in this A final for two-wheel drive expert stock buggy. It has been the Ryan Harris show since the sound of the tone as he comes back across the line, clicks off another
30
15.
seconds left.
15.3 that time by.
$15 seconds left.
Now winding on down here. Nobody going to be able to catch Ryan Harris here, looks like. Ryan's car is beginning to fade a little bit. 15-second laps. He continues to click off as Manchester is racking off the 14-second laps. Oh, front straightaway, one upside down right here at the start-finish line.
Brad Nicosia done.
Here he...
Zach Griggs done. Kermit Butts done.
Here he comes back over
Blake
here on the
Mofield
right-hand
done.
side of the track. It is going to be
Austin Craig
Ryan
done.
Harris coming
Scott
across the
Blaney
line
done.
and taking
Ryan
the
Harris
win.
done.
Here in
Tom Sherman
17.5, expert stock two-wheel drive buggy. Nolan Manchester going to come home in the 2. Scott Blaney 3, Tom Sherman 4, and
Jake
Brad
Blaney done.
Nicosia rounding out your top 5. All right, guys, quickly put your cars down. Coming out, grab a two-marshal spot. Race number 16, taking a stand. Winding on down here, guys. We only got about 6 more races to go. 6 more to go.
All right, congratulations to Ryan Stiles Harris running on the fastest lap so far of the week and taking the win in your 17.5 Expert A final. Up next is our two-wheel drive mod buggy. Paul Wynn, Kyle Paquette, Mason Marino, Chris Burt, Matt Hardy, Richard Lewis. We want to thank all of you for joining us today here for the inaugural first race and grand opening of the SORC Raceway here at Hobbyton in the Grove in Wesley Chapel, Florida, as these mod racers get their warm-up laps in. As we get ready and get lined up to get racing here, we're going to send it over to Lance here. I did my first RD round ever. It was pretty good. Never done it before. Maybe I'll do it some more. We'll see. We're on race 16 of 22. 6 more races to go. That was a great show by Ryan Stiles Harris, and he was absolutely flying in that 17.5 stock buggy. But Paul Wynn up here. We only have 4 or 5 mod racers. Let's see if we can get a good racing going. Let's put it over the land.
Start of the race.
And it's going to be Paul Wynn leading them off here. Paul Wynn in the Associated, running the J Concepts tires. Oh, got a little bit of problems there. That lander, or I shouldn't say the lander, but the face of the triple on the third mogul has really took a beating here this weekend, and the dust is really starting to kick up through that 180 as the glue has been completely knocked off of the face of that thing. Paul Wynn, Kyle Paquette, Mason Morano, 1, 2, and 3. Chris Bird in the 4, Richard Lewis in the 5. Is Paul Wynn right now with a 2.2 second lead up on Kyle Paquette. Mason in that number 3 spot. Chris Burt working that 4. Matt Hardy in the 5. Richard Lewis in the 6. Paul Wynn right now with a 2.2 second lead up on Kyle Paquette last time by the line. There's Paquette now 1.8 seconds back as they're trying to work their way around that lap traffic. Paul Wynn in that Associated B7. Over here on the right-hand side of the track. Across the line he goes. Paul Wynn, fast lap for him, 14.7. Kyle Paquette, fast lap for him, 15 flat.
Three minutes left.
All right, you're 2 minutes down, 3 minutes left to go. Paul Wynn continuing leading the way, got a 4.9 second lead here up on the field. Time winding on down. Kyle Paquette, Mason in the number 3. Marino right now in that number 3. 16 seconds back at the 2. 2:40 left to go. I will need 1 volunteer marshal at this race. I only got 6 in this one. I will need 1 volunteer marshal, please. 2:30 down, 2:30 left to go. 13.5 two-wheel drive stock truck up next.
2 minutes left.
Paul Wynn right now with a 12-second lead up on Kyle Paquette. Mason working at number 3. Chris Burt working at number 4. Matt Hardy into 5. And Richard Lewis into 6. .130 remaining. Got a minute 15 left to go.
One minute left.
Got 45 seconds left to go. No close battles to call right now as everybody's kind of spread apart. Paul Wynn right now continuing to lead the way. Paul Wynn just clicked off his fast lap race at a 14.593.
30 seconds left.
13.5 two-wheel drive truck coming up next. Oh, I think it did have a break. Nope, it's still going.
$15 seconds left.
Time winding on down here. Here comes Paul Wynn. This will be his final lap as he comes on to the front straightaway. Paul Wynn working that left-hand side. There he goes around the hairpin for the final time through the Dragon's back now. Around the horseshoe turn at the triple. Going to double single it with
Matt
ease.
Hardy done. Mason
nice,
Marino
smooth
done.
And clean onto the front straightaway he goes. Paul Wynn taking the win here at SO Raceway for two-wheel drive, modified
Chris
buggy.
Burt done.
Kyle Paquette going to come
Kyle
up in a
Paquette
2.
done.
Mason in a 3. Chris 4.
All right, so congratulations to Paul Wynn taking the win by a lap over Kyle Paquette, Mason Marino, Chris Burt, Matt Hardy, and Richard Lewis. All righty then. Jeffrey Kuhn says, hell yeah, Kara Scott, glad you found that invisible speed, but he must be reading JQ's book. But he was flying out there. Up next, 13.5 two-wheel drive truck A-Main, which I failed to qualify into. We have Kenneth Setzer, Kermit Butts, Mark Van Niersen, Tom, Big Papa Sherman, Steve Hollabach, Mitch York, Noah Hardy, C. Dobson, Steve Hollatag, and Richard Lewis. I know Justin's watching. I saw that he's watching on the YouTube. What's up, Justin? Hope you're all good, man. Something just got in my eye, and it's really burning. But we got Kenneth Setzer. Something just got in my... Oh, Jake Lasco. Welcome. Hello. How are you? Tony Padishaw and Joseph Padishaw were here for a few hours today. They're thinking of getting 10-scale cars, I think. It's been a good day here at the SORC Raceway Grand Opening. And Hobbyton at the Grove in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Or Florstralia, as I like to call it. As these guys get out and these racers get their warm-up laps. Race number 17 of 22, 13.5 two-wheel drive truck A final. I enjoy driving the track. It got a little looser for my final. Probably needed a little tweaks and some better tires, but it's pretty good. And it's getting better. They will, the glue's probably wearing off a little bit, but they'll figure it out as they get on, and we're going to get ready to go. I did not run slicks, Jake. I ran bar tires. Mr. Steve, I just didn't do nothing to the car. I just borrowed Mr. Steve's car. And definitely slicks with sauce.
Number 18, you're on deck. Top 5 in every class. Podium picks, please, after we complete race 22. Top 5 in every class. Ready to get this one underway? All right, if you would, please line up on your number. Thank you. Here we go, guys. Racers ready. Marshals ready. Everybody's going to go on the tone here in less than 5. It's going to be Kenny Setzer leading them off over here. Oh, man, a couple of guys a little hot going into the corner. And at the start, here comes your race leader coming across start-finish line. Lap number 1 already in the books. Kenny Setzer right in front. Kermit Butts holding on that number 2 spot. Oh, Kermit with a little bit of a problem there. It's going to allow Tom Sherman now moving to, oh, Tom going to bounce it off the pipe. Going to have to be marshaled here. Got another one going to have to be marshaled. Oh, upside down over there in the corner. Mason run over there to him. Kenny Setzer continuing to lead the way. Mark Van Eersen in at number 2. Steve in at number 3. Kermit Butts working the 4. Tom Sherman in the 5. Mitch Shorkovich in the 6. C. Dobson in the 7. Hardy in the 8. Richard Lewis in the 9. And Steve in the 10. Here comes your race leader down the front straightaway. Easy, fellas. Easy, easy, easy now. Race each other clean. Come on, guys. Race each other clean. Watch out here on the front straightaway. Kenny Setzer all tied up here with some lap traffic. Marshall's trying to get him straightened back out. Here comes Kenny onto the front straightaway. Mark Van Eersen working in at number 2 spot. Steve Hollenbaugh in the 3.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes left to go. Your race leader trying to work his way around some lap traffic here. Here they come onto the front straightaway doing battle over here on the top left-hand side of the track. I believe that's C. Dobson. And I'm not sure whose truck that is. I think that might be Steve Hollenbaugh. Steve Hollenbaugh right now working in at number 3. Hollenbaugh from 5th on the starting grid. Yep, that's Steve Hollenbaugh up to the number 3 spot now. Hollenbaugh right now 5.1 seconds behind Kenny Setzer as Mark Van Eersen now takes over the race lead. Battle for the race lead over here on the right-hand side of the track. Here they come across that start-finish line. Van Eersen feeling the pressure here from Setzer as they work through the Dragon's back. Now back to the triple they go. Van Eersen right now holding on to the top spot, but feeling a ton of pressure here. Oh, one going for a tumble right here in front of me on the wrong side of the pipe. Your race leaders over here on the right-hand side. Steve Hollenbaugh still holding on to that number 3 spot. Now 1 lap down. It's like Hollenbaugh might have missed a lap here. We'll get that fixed for him when he comes back around. It's Kenny Setzer all over the backside here of Van Eersen. There goes Hollenbaugh come across the line. Looks like he missed a lap. We'll get that fixed for him. Still holding on to the 3. Kermit Butts 5.6 seconds back. Here comes Kermit onto the front straightaway as Setzer works his way past. Oh, one hard into the wall down there.
1 minute left.
Come on, Matt. That was 3rd place. You just ran into the backup, buddy. Let's keep that racing clean. Here comes Clement Burtz.
45 seconds
start finish line. Right now, 0.6 of a second back of Hollenbaugh. We got lap traffic. They're trying to work their way around. That's lap traffic. They're just in front of them as they come in through the triple. Now they're both going to clear it. Right-hand side of the track. Battle for the number 3 and 4 as they come across the line. You got a battle for the race lead as well. There goes Van Neersen down across start-finish line. Oh, Hollenbaugh on the wrong side of the pipe. Going to have to be marshaled here. Oh, one upside down right here at the start-finish line. They're going to work it out themselves.
15 seconds left.
10 seconds left to go. Drag race down the front straightaway. Kenny Setzer now moves back up into the race lead as Van Neersen falls down to number 2 as the race clock now expires. Just a few corners left to go here for Team Mansetzer.
Noah Hardy
going to take the lead here on the second and final lap and come back to the line as he takes the race win. Van Neersen going to come home in at number 2.
Mark Van Niersen
Kermit Bus going to finish up in the 3. Steve Hollenbaugh in the 4. And Tom Sherman will finish up in the...
What a great battle between Kenneth Setzer and Mark Van Neersen. But Kenny Setzer will take your 13.5 two-wheel drive truck A final victory. And well done to Kenneth. I like Mark's paint scheme, though. I like that black and gray. Oh, there we see Kenneth and Mark right behind him. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. Oh. And Dustin Pullen agrees with Lance. He says lap traffic was not nice to Mark. What a great pass by Kenneth up there on the 180 on the top of the hill. They made their way through that Dragon's back. Let's see that again, Danny. Yeah, let's see that again. So there's Kenny coming around. There's Mark in that black truck. Kenny in the flow yellow. Loose as a goose. Kenneth actually won, Raymond. Kenneth and then Mark. That's a great pass by Kenneth. All right, up next is our 17.5 four-wheel drive stock buggy A final. Joe Dodonsky, Josh Hall, Vincent Serbini, and Bart Farubo. Yeah, Kenny got him. They almost battled it back, but it was a lot of rough driving out there. I have to agree with Dustin Spallone, Dirty D, in the house. We are on. Hey, Dustin, we're trying to convince Danny to buy the USA 1 Kyosho monster truck. He loves it. He's telling himself, his brain says yes, but he keeps saying no.
5. And we're off and running race number 18 now underway. 4 more races to go after this one, guys. 4 more races to go. That dust struggling here for these guys. Race number 18 on the track. Race number 20, you're coming up next. Vincent Serbrini, Josh Hall, Bart Farwell in that 1, 2, and 3 spot. I will need volunteer marshal help after this race. Here comes Sabrini coming across the line with the race lead. Bart holding on to the number 2. Josh Hall right there in the 3. 1, 2, and 3. Very close together. Josh Hall now diving to the inside. Going to take that position away from Bartman. Oh, Bart into the pipe. But Josh Hall now sets his sights on Vincent Serbrini. Serbrini holding on to the race lead. That's the buggy with the all-black wheels. Going to get a bad lander there at the triple. Still holds on to the top spot, though. Here they come onto the front straightaway. Josh Hall right there in tow. Race number 19, you're on deck. I will need volunteer marshal help after this race. I will need volunteer marshal help, please. Your new race leader, Josh Hall, coming across the line. Vincent Sabrini working that number 2 spot. Bart in the 3. Again, guys, I will need volunteer marshal help after this race. I will need volunteer marshal help.
3 minutes left.
13.5, two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive buggy. A main, a final up next. Josh Hall, Vincent Cerbrini right now 1 and 2. Bart holding on to that number 3. Just over 2 minutes left to go.
Yeah, I got you. That car looked good. Real good. Like, I think even if
2 minutes left.
the mod two-wheel drive, like fast guys were here, that would have been a solid.
Josh Hall right now with the race lead. Vincent Cerbrini in at number 2 spot. Bart holding on number 3. Got a minute 45 left to go. Josh Hall right now with a 3.8 second lead up on Bart. Or excuse me, on Vincent.
So the 25th.
All righty, guys, the first club race for SO Raceway will be May 25th. May 25th. Josh Hall, Vincent Cerbrini, and Bart Farber held on to that 1, 2, and 3 spot. For those of you that are wondering, the first
1 minute
club race
left.
here will be March 25th. March 25th. So stay tuned to the SO Raceway page for that information.
Forty-five seconds left.
There's Josh Hall right now with a 11-second lead
30
up on
seconds left.
Vincent Cerbrini. Bart holding on to that number 3. Guys, I need a lot of marshal up after this one. A lot of marshal help. 13.5, four-wheel drive buggy up next.
15 seconds left.
Hey, Kenny, can you blow the track off? Thank you. I know you're in the next race.
Josh Hall done.
All righty, guys. Josh Hall going to take the race win. Vincent Cerbrini going to
Vincent
come off in
Cerbrini
at
done.
2, and Bartman going to finish up in the 3.
Bart
That's the
Therivel
race,
done.
guys. Everybody is done. All right, guys, I need a lot of marshal help, please. Lots of marshal help. Only had 3 in that race. I need a lot of marshal help, please.
All right, that was your 13.5 four-wheel drive. Oh, sorry, I'm correct. That was your four-wheel drive buggy. Not sure, Raymond, if we're going home tonight. Depends. We don't have much to pack up. We got to help Danny Paz pack up. Of course, he has a multiple of kids. Well, it's getting super dusty out there now. As I'm watching Kenny out there blowing the track off, so need some water, I would say. And some more layers of glue. But not sure if we're going home tonight, Raymond. We might. Depends. But thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, they need to put down a lot. Yeah. I said May 25th is the next race, Raymond. May 25th. So it's the 11th, 14 days, 2 weeks from now. 13 days from now, sorry. All right, up next is our 13.5 four-wheel drive buggy. Nolan Manchester, Kenneth Setzer, Ryan Harris, Zach Griggs, Mason Marino, Mark Van Neersen, Steve Zolowski, Mark Croxford, Sean Alfonso, and Joe Dodunsky. Yep, after FCC. Hopefully, FRCC. Depends on the weather. Yeah, track getting dusty. Woo! That almost took out Mr. Sherman's foot just now. Yeah, I think they have to wet the track a little bit and put down some thin layers of let this top layer absorb into the soil, and then put down some more thin layers of glue, and it will be good. All right, we're going to let these guys get gridded up, and we're going to hand it over to Lance.
All right, here we go.
You had a 33-second lap? So you missed it. No, that I couldn't. I watched that.
All right, guys, here we go. Racers ready. Marshall's ready. Everybody's going to go on the tone here in less than 5. All right, guys, we're off and running. Race at number 19 underway. And it's going to be Nolan Manchester leading the charge. Race number 19 on track. Race number 20 coming up next. Kenny Setzer, Nolan Manchester, Ryan Harris right now running 1, 2, and 3 as they come across the line.
Four minutes left.
Manchester right now with a very slim lead here up on Kenny Setzer as they come across the line. Last time by Ryan Harris right there, number 3 spot. They're only separated by 1.9 seconds. 13.5 four-wheel drive buggy A-Main out on the track. It's Nolan Manchester right now, 0.4 of a second up on the field. Kenny Setzer working at number 2. Kenny Setzer only 0.4, and now Kenny Setzer going to take over that top spot. Oh, man!
3 minutes left.
Hard into the pipe here. Well, this front straightaway has been beat to death where this opening is at. There is dirt and dust everywhere. Wood chips. New race leader going to be Ryan Harris to the top of the leaderboard. Harris now already took the win here in two-wheel drive buggy. Going to be looking for the win here in four-wheel. Kenny Setzer working at number 2 spot. Nolan Manchester into 3. 1, 2, and 3. Very close. Oh. Got one with a bobble right there in front of our race leaders. Man, they are putting the pressure now on the backside of Harris. Oh, Harris into the pipe right in front of Manchester. They climb over the top of one another. Side by side now. They come onto the front straightaway. Kenny Setzer in that silver associated with the race lead. Here 3 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Race number 20 coming up next.
2 minutes left.
I want to slide down right here in front of me. Thank you, sir. Kenny Setzer, Ryan Harris, Nolan Manchester holding on to those top 3 positions. Zach Griggs working at number 4. Zach right now 5 seconds up on Mason. Mason currently 2.5 seconds up on Mark. Steve holding on to the 7, 14 seconds back into 6. Sean in the 8, and Mark Croxford in the 9. Race number 19 on the track, race number 20. 3 more races to go, guys, after this one. 1:20 left to go. Kenny Setzer now with a 2-second lead here up on Ryan Harris, who's in that number 2 spot. Nolan Manchester into number 3. There to go across the line with 1:15 left to go.
One minute left.
But 45 seconds left to go. Kenny Setzer continuing to lead the way with Ryan Harris working in at number 2 spot. Last time out of line, they were separated by 2 seconds. That gap stays the same. But Manchester now
left.
all over the backside of Harris here. Manchester trying to find a way around. He is all over Ryan Harris now on the right-hand side of the track. Here they come back towards start-finish. Lap traffic pulls over and lets them come through. Left-hand side of the track. Oh, man, what a pass in from Manchester as he dove to the inside to take that spot away. Nolan Manchester to the number 2 now. Kenny Setzer still holding on to the race lead, but he's not too far in front of Manchester. Manchester beginning to mount a charge with only 15 seconds left to go in the race. Your race leader having to check up a little bit. Oh, man, he drives it in the back of lap traffic. Here they come to the line. 1 more lap to go. 1, 2, and 3 very close together. No lap tracking in front of them. Can Manchester mount a charge here as they come on to the right-hand side of the track? Here he comes to the line. Enemy Kenny Setzer taking the win here in 13.5.
Zach Griggs done.
Four-wheel drive,
Sean Alfonso done.
That is
Mark
the race,
Van
guys.
Nyerson
Everybody is done.
Mason Marino done.
All right, guys, put your cards down. Coming out, grab a commercial spot.
All right, congratulations to Kenneth Setzer, followed by Nolan Manchester, Ryan Harris, Zach Griggs, Mason Marino, Mark Van Nyerson, Mark Crawford, Sean Alfonso, Steve Skolonsky, and Joe Dodonsky. Yes, unfortunately, Richard, the forecast is not looking positive as we see Ryan Stiles Harris and Nolan Manchester going at it just now. As they fly up to that uphill 180. That was close. You could put a piece of paper between them. That was a good race, absolutely. Woo! Kenneth goes a little wide, almost leaves that door open. We like these highlights. Oh, and Harris getting it wrong, but and then Manchester getting it wrong by getting into Harris. And it's all types of kerfuffle. We've had a great day here at the SORC Raceway. Up next is your mini truggy A final. We got Jay McConey, William Godwin, Jose Moya, and C. Dobson. Oh, Raymond says we might have the Northern Lights tonight in Florida, so we'll have to look north. I don't even know which way is north at this point. I have to figure it out. All right, we're on. This is your favorite class, Danny Paz? No, I'm not a mini. I mean, I would probably like to drive it a little bit between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. Hello, Lutak. How are you? We're good, man. We're chilling. Jake Lasco says we saw him, but had to use the camera to see it in night mode. All right. It was a nice pass as we get ready for a mini truggy. Only 4 mini truggies here. This is race number 20. 2 more races to go, then we're going to do our podiums. And then we're going to go get some food. We are hungry. We're going to get over to Danny. Danny likes chimichangas now.
That's going on the tone here in less than 5. It's going to be Jay McConey leading the charge here in four-wheel drive mini. We get a little bit. Him and another one get together. So William Godwin, they all get together as they come around the corner. Still early in this one. Godwin in that orange truck with the race lead. Now McConey going to battle his way back up in that number 2. Here they come on the right-hand side of the track. Down the front straightaway they go. Jose Moya right there in that number 3 spot. C. Dobson working the 4. William Godwin with a 1-second lead here up on Jay McConey. Jose Moya holding on to the 3. With just over 4 minutes left to go. Jay McConey, William Godwin, Jose Moya, and C. Dobson.
4 minutes left.
One minute down, 4 minutes left to go. $130 down, $330 left to go. Jay McConey right now with the race lead. He started in that number 1 spot, had a little bit of bobble there on lap number 1. He's picked up the lead ever since, and now down the front straight away he goes. Oh, looks like we got one with an unfortunate break here. I think that may be C. Dobson. Looks like it may try to get him fixed here. William Godwin holding on to that number 2 spot. I need volunteer marshal up after this one, guys. Only 2 races left to go, and full fields in each one.
3 minutes left.
2 minutes down, 3 minutes remaining. Once again, guys, the very first club race here will be in 2 weeks, May 25th. May 25th be the first club race. Jay McConey right now leading the way. William in that number 2 spot. Jose Moya working at number 3. C. Dobson in the 4. Jay right now 7.2 seconds up on William.
2 minutes left.
3 minutes down, 2 minutes remaining.
What's that? Oh, I know I was trying to
Jay right now with a 6.7 second lead up on William. Jose in at number 3. You are now 3:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Jay McConey right now with a 6.5 second lead up on William. Race number 21, you're coming up next. Race 21. I need volunteer marshals after this race.
1 minute left.
One minute remaining. Jay, William, Jose, and C, your top 4.
45 seconds left.
With 45 seconds left to go, Jay McConey right now with a comfortable lead up on the field. Jose Moya holding on to that number 3.
$30 seconds left.
Time winding on down here with only 20 seconds left to go.
$15 seconds left.
Final lap here for Jay McConey.
Jay McConey done. William Godwin done.
That's one way to send it. Jay McConey going to take the race win. C. Dobson going to come home in that.
Jose Moya done.
Jose Moya going to come home in the 3, and C. Dobson going to finish
C.
up in
Dobson
the 4. That's the race, guys. Everybody is done. All right, guys. Race number 21 going to be coming up next, guys. I need volunteer marshals.
All right, marshals, we need some volunteer marshals, please. Yes. Volunteer marshals, please. We're on race number 21 of 22. One more race to go. This is 13.5 two-wheel drive short course. Tom Sherman on the 1, Brian Miller, Josh Hall, Pete Iorio on the 4, Bob D'Amico, Sean Mann,
Tom
Barry
Sherman.
Boatwright, Joe Wallace, Richard Lewis, and Sean Alfonso. We do need some term marshals, please. If we can have some volunteer
Josh
term
Hall.
marshals, we greatly appreciate it.
Pete
Thank you,
Iorio.
Owen. Thank you,
Joe
Joey
Wallace.
Fisher. Thank you, Lance McDonald.
Barry Boatwright. Sean Mann.
Okay, so one minute left in warm-up,
Brian
gentlemen.
Miller.
1 minute left.
1 minute to the start of the race.
I have all
Sean
my
Alfonso.
buckets filled. Thank you, volunteer term marshals. Thank you very much. All right, let's get them.
45 seconds to the start of the race. Richard Lewis.
All right, everybody, we're going to line them up, We got Tom Sherman on the 1. Tom Sherman on the 1, Brian Miller on the 2, Josh Hall on the 3, Pete Iorio on the 4, Bob D'Amico is not here, Sean Mann on the 6, Barry Boatwright on the 7, Joe Wallace on the 8, Richard Lewis on the 9, Sean Alfonso on the 10. All right. Marshals ready? Drivers ready? We're going to go on 5 on the tone. All right, so we have a clean start. Papa Sherman out front in that X-ray car, coming over the Dragon's back. Right behind him, Brian Miller and Josh Hall. That purple car getting it wrong, getting wide. That's going to allow Mr. Sherman by. Sherman by a 15-6. Followed by Brian Miller, Josh Hall, Pete Iorio in that orange car. Barry Boatwright. We have Mr. Sherman out front, and the battle is for second right now of Brian Miller and Josh Hall. Josh Hall in this purple car. Sorry, Brian Miller in that purple car. Josh Hall in the 3. Pete Iorio not too far behind. Barry Boatwright, Sean Mann. Pete Iorio in this red, orange car, yellow wheels, and Papa Sherman is just out. He's already lapped some guys. It's Tom Sherman, Brian Miller, Josh Hall, Pete Iorio now up to 4th. Barry
4
Boatwright
minutes
in
left.
5th. And looks like Sherman made a mistake, and he has Brian Miller not too far. Brian Miller getting it wrong. Brian Miller, Josh Hall right behind him. Brian Miller in that purple car, Josh Hall in that green and purple car. Pete Iorio waiting for a mistake from them to capitalize on that. Oh, we see a little bumping going on, a little rubbing is racing. This is short cross as Josh Hall gets by. Oh, and we have a drag race down the straightaway. Josh Hall, Brian Miller, Pete Iorio trying to catch him up, and Mr. Sherman, Tom Sherman out front. They're going to set their sights on him. Sherman comes by. That's going to be a 16-2. We have Josh Hall, 3.4. Right behind him, 1.2. Josh Hall. Pete Iorio getting some lap traffic. Pete coming by. Tom Sherman coming by
3
for lap
minutes
number
left.
7. He cannot make any mistakes because right behind him is Brian Miller, 2.4 seconds back as you see Mr. Sherman coming over the Dragon's back. Oh, Josh Hall getting it wrong over the Dragon's back. Does not have to get Marshall. Right behind him is, Josh Hall is right behind him. It's Tom Sherman, Brian Miller, Josh Hall, Pete Iorio, Barry Boatwright, your top 5. Looks like Tom Sherman might have made a mistake. He's now in 3rd. And it looks like it's going to be Brian Miller out front, followed by Josh Hall. And Mr. Tom Sherman's going to have to put the afterburners on if he wants to catch him up. That is our leader, that purple car. If that white car can let him by. Thank you, Sean. So now we have Brian Miller coming by. He has a 1.9 second lead over Josh Hall. Tom
2 minutes
Sherman
left.
is 1.4 back. Josh Hall, Brian Miller about to come up to Pete Iorio in that orange car. That is your leader behind you, Pete. Not too far is Josh Hall. Sean Alfonso, that is second place right there. Thank you, Sean. And we see Mr. Sherman get by. Tom Sherman gets by. Now he has some clear air. All right. Brian Miller still out front. He has a 2.8 second lead, but Tom Sherman right behind Josh Hall right now. These two are going to battle out for second place while Brian Miller runs away with it. Can he hold on? We have 1 minute and 16 seconds left to go in this race. Brian Miller comes by for 16.8. Oh, it looks like Sherman got by as Josh Hall makes a mistake. Uh-oh. We have a little bit of kerfuffle in the straightaway. It's going to be Brian Miller and Tom Sherman going at it. Sherman got some
1 minute
he
left.
has 1 minute left. Brian Miller comes by. Sherman 2.9 back. They have some traffic in between them. As we see Sherman coming over the Dragon's back. Miller
45
in that
seconds
purple
left.
car. About to come up in that yellow car. That is the leader right behind you. Sherman. Now 2.5 seconds back. 36 seconds left to go in this race. Miller having a little bit of a... Uh-oh, Sherman getting
30
it wrong on
seconds
the
left.
Dragon's back as well. Oh. Brian Miller comes by. He's going to stretch the lead as Sherman gets caught up in the fight. It's going to be Brian Miller. Tom Sherman now 6.3
15
back.
seconds
Josh Hall
left.
in third. Pete Iori in fourth. 12 seconds left to go. Brian Miller in this purple car coming by the finish line with a 16.9. Sherman, unfortunately, going to drop back, and he's going to be done at the line.
Sean Mann done. Richard
Tom
Lewis
Sherman's going
done.
to have to settle for second.
Tom Sherman done.
Brian
Joe
Miller's
Wallace done.
on a victory lap. There we go, Brian Miller,
Brian
your
Miller
winner. 13.5, two-wheel drive short course. Brian Miller, Tom Sherman, Josh Hall,
Barry Boatwright done.
Pete Iorio,
Josh Hall done.
Joe Wallace, Barry Boatwright,
Pete
Sean Mann,
Iorio
Richard
done.
Lewis, out Sean Alfonso. That was your 13.5 two-wheel drive short course. Up next, four-wheel drive short course, A final, our last and final race. And I guess I'm going to RD this race as well. All right, drivers. Can we get some marshals? Can we get our marshals out there? This is our last race of the day. We want to say a big thank you to Mr. Anthony and Mr. Malika of the Hobby Town of the Grove, the SORC Raceway, the grand opening. Thank you to all the racers for coming out and supporting this. We greatly appreciate it. Showing the support for the community. Well done to Dean Lloyd, Kenny Setzer, and everybody out here.
Vincent Serbanai. Bart Therubal. William Godwin. Robert Goodman. Jay McConey. Wiley Montero. Mike Bellotti. 1 minute to the start of the race. Jimmy Elias. Bobby Iafredi. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, let's bring them in. Let's bring them in. All right, let's grid them up. We're gonna have William Godwin on the one, Mike Bellotti on the two, Jimmy Elias on the three, Jay McConey on the fourth, Vincent Serbini 5, Sean Mann 6, Bobby Lafrate 7th, Robert Goodman on the 8, Bart Farubel on the 9, and Willie Montero on the 10. Let's get you checked in, Sean Mann. Yep, go ahead, Sean. As we let Sean go out there and get a lap, guys. Sean will be on the 6.
Sean Mann.
All right, Sean. Okay, marshals ready? Racers ready? We're gonna go on the tone. Yeah, I'm ready. All right, racers ready? Marshals ready? We're gonna go on the tone. In less than 5. right, and they are off. We have that flow orange of William Godwin jumping out to the lead. Mike Bellotti right behind in that all-stock Traxxas. Behind him, Jimmy Elias. That flow orange about to make it on the straightaway. Followed by Bellotti, Jimmy Elias, Jay McCurney. We have a tight battle as we see Godwin and that flow orange coming up on the Dragons. Like Bellotti getting it wrong. He's going to have Jimmy Elias and Jay McCurney right behind him. Vincent Cerbrini. Bellotti getting it wrong. He's going to miss out that turquoise car. Let's see who it is when they come by. That is Jay McCurney up to that second spot. Can he chase down William Godwin? He has 3.7 seconds to make up. Right behind him, Jimmy Elias, Vincent Cerbrini, and Robbie Godwin. But our leader, William Godwin, by the lap again, 17 flat for him. He's on a 19.5-12. And Jay McCurney has a rearview mirror full of Vincent Cerbrini. Cerbrini in that yellow and pink car. McCurney in that aqua teal. As they make their way, he gets a little bit squirrely as they come across the finish line. It's Godwin, McCurney, Cerbrini, Elias, Bellotti in fifth. Right now, our leader inside lap traffic. That is our leader right there, Mr. Montero. When you can let him by. And Jay McCurney and Vincent Cerbrini are battling it out for second. And Elias waiting for them to make a mistake. Bellotti gets it wrong coming onto the straightaway. And here's our leader about to lap up to six. And here's our battle for second with that aqua and purple and that yellow and pink car. That's McCurney and Cerbrini and Elias right behind in that black and white. And it looks like Cerbrini gets by. He makes a mistake. Oh, no, and he goes underneath
3 minutes
the pipe.
left.
And it looks like we're going to have Elias in front. Woo! Oh, we need a marshal. Oh, no, can we get him? He's stuck on the pipe. He's stuck on the nail. William Godwin out front. Jay McCurney, Jimmy Elias. Cerbrini getting it wrong. That's going to allow Vincent Cerbrini out front, followed by Jimmy Elias, Jay McCurney. Our leader, William Godwin, liking all this. He's 8.4 seconds ahead. Cerbrini getting it wrong. I think that's going to allow Elias by. It's going to be Godwin, Elias, Vincent Cerbrini, Robert Godwin, Elias now out front. Jimmy Elias in that white and black car. He has put some distance between him and Cerbrini. It's Godwin, Elias, Cerbrini, LaFrette. We got it. We need. Come right there, Marshall. There, Marshall. And we have a big pile up right here in front of the start-finish line. Wow. All right. Jimmy Elias still in second. Cerbrini is now 4.1 seconds back. William Godwin in that flow orange car out front. He's about to lap up to Cerbrini, so he's lapping up to third. Absolutely flying in that flow orange. Godwin with a 17 flat that time by. He's trying to catch up in lap second. We got 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in this race. Godwin chasing down Jimmy Elias. Elias trying not to go a lap down. As we see Elias coming over that Dragon's back. Right behind him in that orange car is Goodwin, Elias, Cerbrini, LaFrette, and Sean Mann, your top five. All right, so we have one car in between first and second. And it looks like Godwin gets a run, and he gets right into Cerbrini. Elias. Getting it wrong. Come on, Elias. We got 20 seconds left to go. Our final race of the night. It's William Godwin, Vincent Cerbrini, Jimmy Elias, Bobby LaFrette, and Mike Bellotti back up to fifth as our leader gets it wrong. And he's going to give that lap back. Nope, he takes it back, coming over the double. 3 seconds.
Jimmy Elias done. Mike Bellotti done.
Bellotti is done. Jimmy Elias done. Bobby Lafrate done. Our 1 and 2 going to go on a victory lap. But William
Jamie
Godwin
Coney done.
taking the win by over a
Vincent
lap.
Serbanai done. Robert Goodman done.
Whoa!
Bart Ferrable done.
Alrighty. William Godwin done. Vincent Serbini
Sean
done.
Mann
Jimmy
done.
Elias, Bobby Lafrate, Mike Bellotti,
Bobby
Jay
Iafrate
McCurdy,
done.
Robert Goodman, Bart Ferrubo, Sean Mann, and Willie Montero, number 10. That is our final race of the night. And that was your four-wheel drive short course. We want to thank all the racers for coming out and supporting the grand opening of the SORC Raceway. We're going to get ready for the podiums and podium pictures. I hope you all had a good time. Remember, next race, May 25th. And the Terra Marshals are tired because that was a busy race. Lot of running. All right, everybody, we're going to cut the stream in. We're going to thank everybody for tuning in here at home. We hope you enjoyed it. If you're in the area, Wesley Chapel, come by, support the Hobbytown track. Big thank you to Mr. Anthony and Mr. Malika for all their support and all the racers out here. Kenny Setzer, Dean Lloyd for all their hard work and all the volunteers that came out. I'm sorry, Kenneth Setzer and all the everybody putting in hard work to get this track done. That's going to end our stream for tonight. And we will see you all next week at the Florida RC Championships in Capital City. Lefty, Lance, Danny, and Elite RC production crew, we are out. We'll talk to you later. Have a good evening, everybody. Safe travels.